guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. I'm so excited today. We are jumping right into some business. We have some painting going on in the house. So behind me here, we have our kitchen wall, the wall with the stockings there. It's like this dark green, but really up close, there's lots of discoloring on there. We're going to be painting this wall a light blue, the same blue that we have behind our living room TV wall. Looks a little purple here, but maybe I can fix that in post. Definitely looks more blue in person. And then we're also going to be touching up this accent wall back here behind me in the dining room there. This is like a little paneled out square you can see. And we have the same one right over here in the foyer. There's this accent wall behind me there. And we're gonna go ahead and be touching it up. Green is a lovely color. It's just not the shade of green that we would have preferred. Normally when we like green, we like a super mint, soft, sagey green, or we like a, not sage. Normally when we like green, we like a light, soft, pastel, minty green, but not like Easter mint, like muted mint, or we like a deep emerald jewel tone. And these greens just aren't it for us. We want this space to feel really big and open and airy. And I think once we have some white there, navy here, light blue here, it's gonna feel a little more grounded. This navy is obviously very dark, but it's going to ground the dining room and kind of section it off from what is otherwise a pretty big open floor plan. But anyways, let's get started for painting. That's our intro. Let's go. Oh, say hi to Chian. Hi, babe. Babe. If you watch Bluey, you know. I feel like the Grinch taking all the stockings. Since we've been doing a lot of home projects, I want to go ahead and share all of my favorite painting tips with you throughout this video. Painting tip number 1 is to make sure that you dust and wipe down your walls. Any oil can cause the paint to peel up or not adhere to the wall, and dust will create unwanted texture in the paint, which if you're sanding or filling holes, you'll have a lot of dust left behind, so make sure that you don't skip this step. Chance and I totally forgot to wipe down a wall upstairs when we were painting, and it was peeling up on us, and cleaning the edges of any peeling paint is definitely a headache you don't want to come across. Here's the first space we're going to be painting, and then we actually have a ring light set up, not for filming, but honestly for painting. When we were painting the upstairs before we were even filming any of our house projects, we use this ring light a lot if you have a shop light, but it just makes such a big difference. And then I'm actually going to change the color temp to something neutral, just so you can get a really true look at the wall. Yeah, see, once I turn that towards the wall, it just makes such a big difference. So if you have a ring light but no shop light, there you are, a little hack there for you. And then we need to move those curtains out of the way so we don't actually paint them, and then take off the little outlet cover. Chance has some drops there, and then we're gonna grab some frog tape as well. Tip number 2 for you guys is to go ahead and painter's tape your screws to any switch or outlet covers and label exactly where they go. This will save you so much time later on once you're done painting. So right now, Chance is actually going to carabiner the chandelier a little higher. That way we don't hit our head on it while we're working. If you have any sort of carabiner, you can just hook your light up. And there you are, all safe, out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and take this wet paper towel and just start dusting the walls. It's really important you do that. You'll get a lot of peeling paint. Sometimes it won't stick properly if there's any dust or debris on your wall, so just make sure you don't skip this step. We have made that mistake. We're gonna be using Dry Dex for all of the holes in our walls, so if you see us patching any holes, this is the stuff we're using. This is what both of our brothers recommended, and they both work in like shutter and construction, so they know what they're doing. Pretty cheap, and it dries really fast. Paint hack number 3 is to have a wet rag that you don't really care about on hand. We actually cut this rag up. This helps us wipe up any paint that might splatter or spill, or if you go outside of the lines of your tape. Especially with a dark color, you don't want to give it any chance to dry because it can stain lighter colors or trim.
Come on in, come on up, come on over for the merriest time of year. Come on up, come on in, get together for a good time. Smile, my dear. Come on in, come on up, come on over. We'll be dancing round the tree. So let us have a swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3. So take your neighbor by the hand and join the dance.
done. We have it trimmed, we have it coated. If you hear anything in the background, it's our demonic dishwasher. Okay, this dishwasher has been giving us problems since inspection of this house. Okay, it is really hot down here. We have the house at 75, which if you're from the north, you're probably like, holy cow, that's hot. But for Florida, that's pretty cool. And we have all the fans and everything on. Like when I stand underneath this vent that's above me here, really cold, really conditioned air, okay? But in the other areas of the house that aren't directly under a vent, it's been feeling really hot. It's like this new problem we've been having. 75 has been feeling really good until about the last like 4 days or so. Now 75 has been feeling boiling and blistering, and we don't understand. We're scared that something's wrong that we don't understand because we're new homeowners and we've never done this before. If something goes wrong, normally we just send in a little maintenance request on the app. But let me show you what this wall is looking like. This wall is painted with Sherwin-Williams. It's the premium, hold on. This wall is painted with the Sherwin-Williams Showcase one coat coverage in a satin finish. We bought it because they said it would be highly durable, that it would only take one coat. We spent extra moolah on this paint and it's trash. Do not buy that paint. I do not recommend it. In fact, I wouldn't offer this to my worst enemy because I'm not that evil. Hate this paint, but we had already purchased it and it's already like the color that we started painting things, so we just committed to it. The other ones that we bought, we returned. They didn't even question us. I think it's because they know that this paint sucks. But we switched over to the Bear Marquee. Bear Marquee is what we're gonna be using on this wall. It's in that like light blue color that I showed you, and this one goes on chef's kiss. One coat, easy application, no splotchiness. Anyways, this is what this is looking like. I will say, it's not just the navy blue color that makes this Sherwin-Williams paint look splotchy, it's every color. When we did white, white took 4 coats. 4 coats. But this is what the wall is looking like. It's not too bad. It's a little splotchy as you can see, but it's also still drying. But honestly, she don't get much better than this. This is as good as it gets. So what does that tell you? I mean, it gets better with more coats, but like this is as good as it gets for 1 coat. And it was like almost $60 a can. So again, I'm just gonna pay for the Bear in the future. I learned my lesson, but let me share this information with any of you so then you guys don't waste your money. So for the kitchen wall, we're moving on to this one now. We're gonna go ahead and dust it, tape it off, and then we'll bring you back and give you guys a time lapse of us painting this wall. This one should be the easy one despite it being the bigger one. Okay, we'll be back. All right, the tape is all set over here on this wall. We have the baseboards, we have the stair railing taped, the ceiling. We even have over here all taped out, which was a little complicated because it was like this tight corner between 2 doors. See this, there's like a wall here, and then this was painted a different color right here, and then this is the color we're covering up. But yeah, we have it all taped out, all done. Hopefully it makes a big difference. On this wall, I don't know if it'll really show up on camera. Here you can see that there is some discoloration here. I don't know if they had something hanging here, or if they just didn't finish painting it, but it's even like a different finish almost. So thankfully we're gonna cover this up because even if we liked this color, we couldn't really keep it just because it's so different. Yeah, I feel like here you can really see where that little square is of discoloration. That's the other thing about the paints that we picked, is that they're different finish. So this here and any wall that we've painted, we have bought our paint in a satin finish. So this is satin, it's got a little more sheen to it. It's not shiny, but sheen is really the best word for it. Because in that way, if there's spills, if there's scuffs, it'll be a lot easier to scrub these walls, where this is like eggshell, almost flat, honestly. Like I feel like if you had greasy hands on this, it's gonna show all the little grease. There's a big difference in the feeling of the walls. Definitely something you'd have to hear in person, but walls we painted flat on there, and they're just not even. They're just looking a little gross. They have lots of little spots. I'm not even sure you can see them, but little scuffs there. And I have definitely tried fixing this and cleaning some of them. I feel like it seems a little crazy to be repainting the entire house, but that's what we want to do and that's what we like. So, all right, this is the update on the dining room wall. This has been drying for about 30-40 minutes. Yeah, that's what it looks like practically dry. It's honestly terrible. Like this finish, not it. Like I said, that's pretty much as good as it gets. This is it after drying. So we're gonna do a second coat. We might even need to do 3, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Let's do a second coat, see how it looks. And that's the second coat. Hopefully this will dry evenly. I am seeing a bit of splotchiness still in there even after 2 coats, which again, why we hate this paint. But we're gonna go ahead and put this away for the day. If it needs another coat tomorrow, we'll give it a full day to dry. Then we can put that on our docket of things to do. But in the meantime, we're gonna move over to this wall where we're gonna use the Bear Marquee, which is a true 1 coat paint. And we're all gonna see it in live action. Well, you're not seeing it live, but you're gonna see it in action. The other really nice thing about this paint is that the lid has this top part here. You can use this to unscrew it, and then it's got a pour spout that attaches latches too. I can't even unscrew this. You did it so tight. Oh my god, babes. Babes. While he's working on that, another thing I really like to do is to tape off the end of your paintbrush. It helps it stay clean so you don't get a lot of paint buildup, not only on the actual handle of the paintbrush, but also on those lower bristles where it's a lot more dense and really hard to clean out. And then I highly recommend, this is not my favorite version of this, but the Wooster brand of brushes with the bendy handle is really nice. This one is our least favorite of this that we have because it's got the 2-layer bristles here, but the other one has all 1 layer. I'll show you the difference between the two. This is the one I was just using on the navy. It's just a little separated because I just washed it, but this one has all the same length bristles and then it just tapers out, which is really nice. This one has like 2 different lengths, if you can see that, see the difference between here and here. Granted, this one's wet, but this one has all these different ones. So if I was to bend it like that, you see how these separate out first? Yeah, you can see there, you see how they separate out first versus like this one. If I went to bend it, they all kind of stay for the longest time. This is the better one of the two. It's got the black handle and this is the blue, but they're both the same brand. They're both this Wooster brand here. Highly recommend this one. Okay, we just finished our first coat and hopefully our last coat of the Bear Marquee paint. It is still drying in some places, as you can see, but I will say the places that we started with now look a lot more solid than they did. I'm not gonna lie. Chances like, no, this paint's gonna be good. And I'm like, oh my God, what if I'm lying to the people? But here's what it's looking like in this one area that we started first. Here you'll see like this looks pretty even over here, where like I just touched up over here. So hopefully this will dry, but that right there is like a good solid place that hasn't like been painted over. That's like drying pretty evenly. So we shall see. I really think it brightened up the kitchen though. It's just this green just darkens the room where I feel like the blue brightens it. Like even this was the lightest green that they had in the entire house. And I just feel like it looks so much brighter with the blue. Next tack is to go ahead and skip the blue painter's tape and go right to the frog tape. It's not even comparable. Frog tape is so much better than blue painter's tape, and you're going to be sad if you use blue painter's tape. I would say that blue painter's tape is more like a masking tape and not something you should use for heavy duty paint because it always bleeds. Good afternoon, Vlogmas. It's the next day. Obviously, we finished painting the wall. Here's what that's looking like there. I think it looks great. This is literally one coat. The magic of one coat. I love that paint. Can't recommend it enough. And obviously, I'm not sponsored. I have no sponsorships on this channel. So if I ever say something I like, thus far up to this date and time, not sponsored, just complete honest review. Today, we are going to be doing some food prep for Thanksgiving tomorrow. We have some produce to prep, some things to just like lay out, pack up, because we're not going to be cooking in our kitchen. We're going to be cooking in my in-laws kitchen, which is bigger, more spacier, newer kitchen. So we're going to do as much prep as we can today while we're going to be in like a shared kitchen space tomorrow. That way we can spend time with our family. We can coexist a little easier and then just make the holiday a little less stressful. Hopefully this is motivating for you guys, since I know that there is so much cooking and holiday stress. And then maybe you guys will see a recipe between today and tomorrow that you really like, or something you want to try, or foods you forgot about. I do that all the time where I'm like, oh yes, I forgot how much I love XYZ when I like am food prepping. So yeah, let's go ahead and start washing some produce. I was thinking, but we still have that butternut squash from, I don't even know what from a while ago. Do we want to prep that and cook that in our roasted veggies? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna have butternut squash, carrots, and sweet potatoes, and then Brussels. So it's gonna be very, very orange, but I feel like that's very thematic. It's fall. It's autumnal. very autumnal. Since we did wash brushes and rollers in the sink, I want to go in with Barkeeper's Friend and make sure the sink is sparkling clean before I wash our produce. I always like to use Dawn dish soap to clean the sink before working with food, but I'm going to do the Barkeeper's and the Dawn just to make sure that we are getting any paint and any chemicals out of this sink. While the veggies are getting washed, I'm going to open up some reusable bags and start packing up the non-perishable things we'll need for tomorrow. Any box food, pantry item, kitchen tools, oil, spices. This is going to help us a lot in the morning when we're just trying to get out the door to get over there and start making breakfast. Chopping away. I'm sure you can hear Chance still chopping in the background. We got our Walmart order in, so let me go ahead and show you. We got some gluten-free bread, evaporated milk, sweetened condensed milk, Granny Smith apples. Ooh, the battery's gonna die. Hopefully I can get through this. Crema de coco, my needle threaders, and turkey pepperoni. We're still missing Brussels sprouts though, so gotta get that tomorrow or later today. Okay, down here we have some celery and carrot sticks for apps, and then if they have any veggies at their house, we'll go ahead and cut those up too, but then this will just be something to snack on while we wait for the food to be ready. Here, it just looks like sweet potatoes, but really we have sweet potatoes and, let me see if I can get down there for you. We have sweet potatoes. Oh, I can't even get past the sweet potatoes. We have sweet potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, and butternut squash. And then this is just golden potatoes. These are gonna be for like breakfast tomorrow. Those set up. That way this is hours of shopping we didn't have to do day of. Hello, Vlogmas day 3. It is time to do our advent coloring, and I haven't in any of the other Vlogmas vlogs actually like introduced the actual advent calendar to you. So this is my DIY advent calendar. Basically, I'm just coloring a page for each day of Vlogmas. It's like a funny Christmas coloring book, which I kind of explained in Vlogmas day 1. This was yesterday's. And then I'm using these dual tip brush pens. There's 36 colors, and these are what I'm using to color this. Nothing fancy. I know there's like Ohuhu. I just totally messed up all my colors. It's okay. I know there's like the really fancy Ohuhu ones, but I just used this cheap pack. I think it was maybe $6 to $8 on Amazon. And then this coloring book was maybe 10. I will say for $10, I wanted it to be slightly higher quality as far as the pages go. They're pretty thin. However, I'm pretty sure you're supporting a small artist, and these are printed to order. I only know because it says it was printed November of 2025, which was literally the month I ordered it. So let me pick out a coloring sheet and then let's get coloring for our advent. Okay, this is the one I picked out, him in his little stocking. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Let's do a little montage. right, y'all, and this is my derpy bear for day 3. I was trying to be creative and he looks so silly. I hope you love my silly guy. Happy Vlogmas, y'all, and I will see you for day 4.